In this video, I'm going to talk about the LangCert academic test. I'm going to give you a proper overview. Make sure you save this video. If you need any classes for this new English test, which is accepted by Australia for all immigration purposes, all skilled visas, including 186, 1989 and 190, you can definitely contact us. Let's start with the overview. Firstly, the LangCert academic test is a new test which has been approved by the Australian Department of Home Affairs for student visa, temporary residency visa and permanent residency visas. In our analysis, this test is very similar in pattern to the IELTS test, but the evaluation seems a bit easier and more lenient. You can also attend a free trial class with us to decide whether this test is easier than PT or harder than PT, and you can be the judge. Now, coming back to the test, at the moment there are two test centers in entire Australia. One is in Melbourne, the other one is in Sydney. Very soon, LangCert Academic, which is also the actual name is Language Cert Academic, they will be introducing more test centers in all major Australian cities. And they are going to be very aggressive and they are competing directly with IELTS and PT. Even in India, they are going to start 70 new test centers this year. So you can imagine the level of the brute force which they are going to spread their wings across the world. Now coming to the test, you have to go to an actual test center. The test fee in Australia is $399. Let's start with speaking. Speaking will be with an actual person. There will be 4 parts in speaking. The first is like a live Q&A, question and answers part. You'll get 5 questions for which you need to give an answer. Part 2 is like role play. You'll be given a situation, you need to respond to it. Again, you'll get a few questions on that. Part 3 is read aloud, which is similar to read aloud in PT. There is a passage, you need to read aloud that passage in front of the human test taker for speaking. And then you have to give your opinion on a question which is asked on that passage for read aloud. Part 4 is a presentation part. It is very similar to, you can say, for example, a situation will be given to you, or let's say describe image. Let's say a bar chart is given. You have to talk about that for a few minutes, maybe 1 or 2 minutes. The entire speaking test will be finished in 12 to 14 minutes with an actual test taker. Now coming to reading, listening and writing. Reading, listening and writing, you need to perform on an actual computer. However, for the writing part, the evaluation will still be human graded, means an actual person will be evaluating your written part. Now let's talk about the writing module a bit in detail. The total timer for the writing part is 50 minutes. There are 2 tasks. Task 1 is report writing, just like in IELTS academic test. An image will be given, could be a chart or a graph. You need to write a very small report of, let's say, probably 100 to 200 words. And then part 2 is like an academic essay, which will again be somewhere between 150 to 200 words. For this entire writing part, you will get a total timer of 50 minutes. You have to type on a computer. We at A1 Australia Education Group are providing templates for both task 1 and task 2, which will ensure that you get a very high score in writing. You can also get 8+ with our template. 8 each, equivalent to IELTS, that's what I mean. Now coming to listening. Listening has 4 parts. The total number of questions will be 30. And almost all questions are multiple choice questions. The total timer for the listening test is 40 minutes. The beauty about the listening test is in Language Cert is that each audio will be played 2 times. So you can imagine that the listening test will be a bit easier compared to other tests like PT and IELTS. Lastly, let's talk about reading. Reading again has 4 parts and you'll get 30 multiple choice questions. There are different tasks like information search, fill in the gaps, sentence matching tasks using synonyms. 30 questions, more or less multiple choice, and the total time is a lot more. I think it's 50 minutes. That is a bit too much considering how easy the reading part is compared to IELTS and PT. But anyway, that is what it is. So a quick recap. speaking for 12 to 14 minutes with an actual person, reading 30 questions, all multiple choice in 50 minutes, listening 30 questions, all multiple choice in 40 minutes, and each audio will play twice. Mostly will be conversational dialogues and academic dialogues. And writing 2 tasks. Task 1, report writing, and task 2, academic essay writing. Total timer 50 minutes. Now coming to the scoring, how will you be scored? So basically, LanguageCert academic test uses the CEFR framework, which is the Central European Framework Reference or Reference Framework, which gives bands like C1, C2, those are the maximum, then B1, B2 for, C1, C2 is superior, then B1, B2 is proficient, and then you will have competent as well. So I just have one example, for example, and this information what I'm sharing now is on the Australian Home Department website, which is immi.homeaffairs.gov.au. That is the website. You can also check it. If you're looking for a competent score, then in listening, you need 57 out of 100 in LanguageCert. Each module is scored out of 100 points. Like PTE is scored out of 90 points. In IELTS, you get out of 9 bands. In LanguageCert, each speaking, writing, reading, listening, you get marks out of 100. So for a competent score, you need 57 in listening, 60 in reading, 64 in writing, and 70 in speaking. And believe me, it is really not that hard. It's pretty easy to get. So as I said, LanguageCert is acceptable now for student visa, for TR, that is the 485 work visa, for all skilled visa categories also, including 189, 190 and 186. So if you are probably looking to sit for a newer test, and yes, the test fee is $399 Australian dollars. At the moment it is cheaper, a bit cheaper compared to existing incumbents like IELTS and PT. So if you are maybe tired of not being able to clear PT and IELTS in repeated attempts, and if you're looking for online classes, make sure you contact us. We at A1 Australia Education Group are not only providing classes, we have tutors who actually have C2 score. C2 is the highest score in LanguageCert. So we have accredited trainers who actually have a C2 score. Plus, we are providing a fully AI automated practice platform on our website, mockmaster.ai, where you can take sectional tests, full tests. We'll provide practice resources, official handbooks of LanguageCert, official practice papers of LanguageCert, plus live classes which are online, both group classes as well as one-to-one personal speaking mock test classes as well. Plus you can send unlimited tasks for homework through our practice platform and the portal. Very soon we will also have LanguageCert on our app, which is called Mockmaster. Call us today for booking a demo class which is free. The numbers will be in the comment section, or you can visit our website oneaustraliagroup.com. I'm Malcolm. Good luck.